Did we do it?
Lord Louis?
At long last, 'tis done.
Is he actually dead? Like, I mean, he took the stab from the concert and then all that blood, like, obviously, but like,
We have brought him to justice. The great, untouchable traitor, Louis Guillaume, is dead.
Apologies. Things fell apart at the end, and I wasn't thinking straight.
Even so, the outcome is the same. We could not have triumphed without everyone here.
Wait! It's good that we got him and all, but the lance...
Yes, it went down with him.
This looks dire. He's fallen in the middle of the stage.
If Forden spies Louis's body run through with a lance, he'll realize its power in an instant.
Even should we save the prince, we'll regret it if Forden ends up with the lance. Yufa, can you call it up?
No. Too late for that. It's already in the middle of the crowd. If we call it up and take it with no explanation, everyone will think us thieves.
Then what do you propose?
First, we need to establish that the lance is ours. Our offering for the ceremony. We'll have to take the stage and announce that ourselves.
Please wait. Do we reveal that we are the ones who slew Louis? Can we afford to declare that openly? We'd be telling your supporters you deceived them and your master both.
She's right! The audience has no idea what's going on! We'll just look like the bad guys!
It's okay. We set out to kill Louis, and the deed is done. Our only failure is in the spectacle we made of it. For now, we need to think of a way to get the audience to see our side.
You want to win their sympathy? What are you even planning to say?
I don't know, but we have to get on stage, now. If we don't explain ourselves fast, we'll never get a chance to.
Wait a minute! Hey!
I'm like very mixed on this. So is Forden gonna be like, who on earth is gonna be the villain from this point? Probably like the church or something?
Is that Louis? Someone go and see to him. Is he truly dead?
See, like, I think what should have happened. You could have taken this two ways. You could have either, like, the protagonist stabs Louis from the chandelier, it hits him. You have the fight with Louis, but then Louis doesn't die, or the shot should have missed, or Louis should have just saw it coming, I suppose. I don't know if maybe my opinion will change, but as of right now, I don't think I like that Louis is actually dead here, because like Louis was very much painted to be the final villain, and if you want to have it be like, oh, Louis is stopped, not at the very end of the game, and it turns out there's like a true mastermind behind it all, that's cool, that's all fine, but I don't think this should have been it. I don't know. Maybe the game will do something and it'll change my opinion of it. But if Louis really is dead, then I don't know if I'm on board. They'll have to win me back a little bit, I guess.
Allow me.
Lord Louis, no. He's dead. He's gone.
Your Eminence, this was found off stage. Judging by his wounds, this must have been the murder weapon.
The lance. Is this the divine relic he sent his subordinates after?
His eyes are sightless. His heart beats no more. The man is dead, without question.
You're absolutely certain?
Unless this is like Trails of Cold Steel, where he's back a la Chancellor Osborne, where he's not actually dead. I doubt it, but maybe. You never know.
I checked him thrice over. There can be no more doubt.
Louis? dead? And that can only mean this lance can pierce the barrier of the king's magic.
I apologize for the grotesque display interrupting tonight's performance. We are tardy in arrival, but the lance you hold is our offering to the ceremony.
What? You claim this lance? You mean to say you were the ones who did the deed?
It depends who's asking.
Yes, it is as you say.
We encountered Luis like twice in this game. It's crazy. We encountered Luis twice, and then the second one is just when we kill him.
God, Buff! How do you justify this?
Years ago, Luis ordered my hometown destroyed. Hulkenberg, our ally before you, was herself a royal guard in service to his late highness. Even the songstress, Juna, aided us on several occasions. Above all else, we are a group who came together to try Luis for his crimes, traitor and kingslayer both. And to do that, we had to enter his company. We took no joy in disguising our true intentions, not from your eminence, nor the people. But today, finally, we have seen justice done. Luis has paid for his sins. And at last, at long last, my parents can rest in peace.
I had not realized you were such an actor. Or do you truly weep?
It's just hitting me now. We finally won.
Now, everyone, let's have a little composure, please.
That explains why the songstress was so often with Luis, as well as these brave misfits.
I guess now Botlin can be the final villain. They can finally reveal that Botlin is the antagonist and he's the true mastermind. Because Luis is out of the picture.
I understand. It all makes sense now. I had wondered why a member of the Prince's own guard would fall in with Luis. You have done well to execute the rebel. I am sure that His late Majesty and His Highness must be pleased. And of course, the Sanctus Church recognizes your divine relic. Now we shall greet tomorrow's festivities with fresh peace in our hearts.
Thank you, Your Eminence.
You must be the Lady Hulkenberg. The day His Highness was attacked, I heard you fought harder than any other. Your blade even struck the back of the blackguard who did it. Of all his defenders, you came closest to avenging the prince. But where you faltered then, you triumphed today. In form and heart, you are a true knight. Is something the matter?
Oh, no. You honor me greatly, Your Eminence.
Now, this lance. The Sanctus Church will confiscate it for now. A lance capable of killing the tournament's candidates would only sow panic and chaos.
Yes, as you wish. We brought it as an offering anyway.
Indeed. You may step down now.
Real talk, the final villain's probably gonna either be the Church, aka the Sanctus.
You can just walk away, do ya? You owe us a moment or three.
Don't interrupt me. It's either gonna be them, Forden and them, or whatever. Forden, number one. The joke answer, Botlin. I don't actually believe Botlin will be a villain. It's more of a running gag I've been making this entire time, or there'll be some out of left field thing that'll come shortly or later in the game. I think Luis needed more. As weird as that is to say, because Luis has been prevalent in most of the game, but we've only really encountered him 2 times in the game, and I think the moment itself, I don't think it's anticlimactic because it was a pretty sick cutscene. So, like, it wasn't really anticlimactic, but I think we just needed more of Luis, or, like, I don't think it should have happened then and there. Like, I think the moment was fine. Like, it was a pretty sick cutscene. It looked really cool. And, like, it wasn't an anticlimactic way to kill Luis. I just think it's a little too soon. And I think we just needed a bit more of Luis, or maybe just, like, I don't know. I feel like Luis, like, they paint him as, like, this, like, big, like, threat or something, but, like, it's kind of hard to, like, just see him as a threat, which is what the game's been building him up as, when we just kill him upon our second encounter with him. Not easily, but, like, yeah, I don't know. Oh, I was number 8. Now I'm number 5. It figures killing Luis would put me in the top 5. I finally defeated my arch nemesis Luis. This should break the prince's curse. Probably not going to, because we have like a month of the game left.
So you lot were working against us from the start. And you right along with them, Lady Juna.
Didn't you already know that? Hello? That's the whole reason you came on our ship, right? You were already suspicious of us.
What was your motive? Why did you kill Lord Luis?
If this was truly a matter of justice and not simply petty revenge, then we owe it to them to explain why we have taken their guiding force. They deserve that much. Captain, do you not agree?
Yeah, I suppose.
All right. It's time for the truth.
I am sorry if I'm overstepping my mark. I know I'm but the latest to become your ally, but...
No, you speak the truth. We have sought to save the rightful heir to the throne, to break the curse afflicting His Highness the Prince.
What's that? The prince? He's dead, mate. Wait, he is dead, isn't he?
He's dead, all right. You lot will need a better story than that if you don't want to get cut open where you stand.
He had to be declared dead in order to protect him. Though he lives, he is bedridden, cursed by magic.
I was actually really hoping that Luis would claim the lance. I don't really know how it would work. You would have to, like... I don't really have all the specifics for it because I don't know what's going to happen in, like, the last bit of the game here. Not bit, but, like, last part of the game here, like, the climax here. But I was actually hoping to, like, see Luis fuse into, like, some kind of god, and then we, like, kill a god. Just because it's very, like, Persona and SMT for the course. I was actually really hoping to see that for, like, a final boss fight, but I guess that's, like, thrown out the window at this point. Who knows, maybe we'll get some kind of deity, it just won't be with, like, Luis.
And the only way left to undo that curse was to kill Luis.
Those of us who wanted the prince restored formed a secret faction. And I was a spy in its service, trying to find out if we had any option beyond murder.
I cannot expect you to understand all this immediately. However...
You did this for the prince! His father, the king, was a coward! Puppet of Forden! It was because of him that this country rotted from the inside! And for his son! For his bloody, useless corpse of a son! What made you think his life was worth more than Count Luis?
The game made it clear that the protagonist and the prince were, like, friends or something like that, I guess. That's all I got for you, brother.
Worth more? I thought you two hated when people tell you any life weighs more than another.
I myself have never met His Highness, nor do I know what sort of person he is. But I want to see the future these people believe in.
Or maybe they're going the route that, like, oh, what we did was actually wrong, and, like, saving the prince isn't what we want. Oh, they could take this in a lot of different angles. Let me make it clear. I'm not, like... I'm disappointed with how they handled Luis a little bit, I'll be honest, but, like, I'm still really interested and excited to see where they take this, because they can take this in a lot of different routes from everything they're introducing here.
Despite our many differences of tribe and status, we still banded together. Through them, I saw the possibility of a world united.
Besides, when Luis talked about burning down my island, I thought I saw the shock and despair on your faces too.
Look, you two. Was Luis really a master worth your trust? I think it's worth listening to your hearts now. Even the doubts. I know we'd be happy to have you.
Hold a moment. These two were Luis's right-hand men. I would advise against this.
Yeah, but we have one more follower, and they were considering if what they were doing was right, so it should be okay. Probably.
No, their hearts are as loyal as any of ours. They but served another master.
Lady Juna. I guess you really were watching out for us. More than we ever knew. I couldn't protect Basilio when it mattered most. They put him through so much for their sudden igniter experiments, and now protecting him's all I've got.
Del.
Maybe it is time to step back. Get away from this bloody business. I guess this was all it took. Count Luis gave us a dream to fight for, but I suppose it was the kind that doesn't feel right after you wake. So, we're drifters now. Maybe we'll open up that restaurant after all, eh? We'll see you around, Lady Juna.
Or go to, like, any Wild Arms game, since you're drifters. Aha, ha 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 ha.
Look, I'm not the smart one, you lot know that, so I don't know whether to punch you or thank you. I've never been this confused in all my life.
Oh, it's quite a time, brother.
Damn it, I just don't get it. Damn it.
Surely you're the one that's gonna join, because you have a giant axe on your back, which I didn't notice before. And, like, I don't even think Fidelio has a weapon, but we'll see. Anything can happen.
Oh, Del, wait! Don't you wander off like that? You mean all that about the restaurant, yeah?
Never could say what you were feeling. I'm sorry this was all I could do.
Ah, Captain, let us tarry no more. We must check His Highness's condition.
Yes, you're right! That should have lifted the curse! What's going on? The cursed thorns haven't disappeared.
But the caster is dead. Forden and his guard were sure to check Luis's body.
Calm down, everyone. We don't want to yell about this in public. Let's go back to the inn for now.
His Highness still suffers under the curse. But Luis is dead. I cannot fathom it.
Maybe we killed a fake. Like his body double. Or something.
No. There's no way that wasn't Luis. We couldn't fight him in person and still be mistaken.
And Luis would have nothing to gain from faking his death, surely. After all, it put the lance in Forden's hands.
Knowing all that, might the curse have been cast by someone else entirely?
That seems likely, yeah. That Luis wasn't the caster, but he was, like, framed, or, like, it was painted as if Luis did it.
But that would mean we killed an innocent person, wouldn't it?
That bastard was no innocent. He destroyed my home. He murdered the king. And...
True enough, old boy. But that's not why we were out to kill the chap, eh?
He said it himself. That killing him accomplished nothing. Was it really true?
Yet he had the formula for the curse in his possession. Surely that marks his guilt?
Even so, there remains a modicum of doubt in the matter. Perhaps Luis was researching the curse for another reason. If he was framed, it is possible he aimed to clear his name.
When she saw the formula, Rella did say it was only an outline, like jotted from memory, likely jotted from memory, so that could mean this wasn't a formula to begin with, just Luis's scratch work. Proof that he was looking for a way to prove his innocence. Ooh, okay. So this is kind of like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have killed Luis kind of moment.
But if it wasn't Luis, who else could have?
Botlin. All bets on Botlin.
That night, His Highness the Prince was already fleeing when I arrived at the scene. I encountered the assailant as I sought to protect His Highness. I pursued and slashed across their back.
Right. I remember Forden mentioned something about that. Is there anything else you can remember?
Fie! No, I can recall nothing else. No other clues. Yet... no. 'Tis odd. I believe this is the first time I have recounted the particulars to anyone. I told the investigators only that I failed to capture the culprit. The shame of my failure kept me silent on the rest.
What? But just earlier, Forden said...
Yes, he told a story that none but the culprit could attest to. How does Forden know?
Forden could very well be behind all this. It's probably the most likely solution. It's the most likely thing to come out of this like end game with the antagonist, I think.
Could Forden be the one behind all of this?
I have no evidence to say otherwise.
You do realize he's the sanctifex of the entire Dashed Sanctus Church?
Nay, but that does not make it impossible. It wasn't long after the prince's passing that His Majesty named Sanctism the state religion. If not for the matter concerning the king's magic, Forden's claim to the throne would have been unshakable.
Sounds like motive enough to want the prince gone.
We have to find out, even if it's remotely possible. Let's question Forden in person at the main festival tomorrow.
We'll need that divine lance back, too. It's not something we want in Forden's hands, especially now.
Hey, I'm going to go talk to my sister. She's bound to be somewhere in the city for the Saints' Day festivities.